Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Ireland Edu Talk. I, Ankita Dubey from iKounselor, welcome all of you for Ireland Edu Talk. Well, we all are here today to provide little wings to your dreams so that you all can aspire to fly higher. We at iKounselor aim to give you the best of knowledge and information about different countries and their education system. So today we are here to talk about Ireland education system. I'm sure many of us are not even aware about the education system, the prospective fields, popular course streams there in Ireland. Many of us don't even haven't not even explored Ireland as the education destination. And to tell you the best of to the best of your knowledge that Ireland is one of the most promising study destinations in the world today. So let's start with our webinar today. We have our senior consultant for Ireland education, Mr. Himanshu Wadhwani with us. And to start this webinar, he and I would be there to assist you with all your queries and take you through this webinar. So before starting this presentation, let's watch a small video. We'll be shortly starting our video, so please bear with us. There's a little technicality issue that we are facing. Thank you for your patience. God. All right, so thank you very much for watching this video. And where we will start the presentation shortly. So there are many things that we are not aware about Ireland, as I told you earlier. So here today, we will have a small presentation about Ireland education system. And beyond that, we also have three of our alumni present with us today who have passed out from different prestigious institutes of Ireland. That is University College Cork. From University College Cork, we have Ms. Aishwarya Khare, Mr. Jayant from University College Dublin, and Ms. Charul Chawla from Dublin City University. So these are the alumni present with us who have passed out from these prestigious institutes. They will also share their experiences and we'll discuss about them. So let's start with the presentation as of now. And as I told you, Ireland is the land of opportunities. Next. Yes. So if you talk about Ireland, it's a very popular study destination among students around the world. If you see, it is situated in northwest of Europe, and it has a massive amount of culture, heritage, long history beyond them. Also, if you see, it has a long tradition of education excellence. It is one of the most popular destinations, Dublin being a very young, vibrant, cosmopolitan European capital. Dublin is also known as the 12th safest city in the world and UNESCO City of Literature. Now, Ireland, why should someone choose Ireland as their study destination? Since Brexit, as UK has separated itself from the European Union, so the only English speaking country left in the entire Europe is Ireland. So that is one of the major benefits. Ireland is the first country in the entire Europe to complete third level education. Many of the people don't even know that Dublin is known as the Silicon Valley of Europe because the hub of IT companies, major IT companies, the topmost IT companies in the world is actually in Ireland. So that's why it is known as the Silicon Valley of Europe. Also gaming hub of the European countries. And if you talk about the largest exporter services, second largest exporter in IT services, software services, that is from Ireland. And if you all know, the topmost university in Ireland is Trinity College Dublin, that is TCD, which is ranked as per QS ranking 101 in the entire world. But for courses like pharmacy and medicines, it comes in the topmost 50 universities in the world as per the topmost rankings. Now, as you can see over here, if I talk about Ireland more, what are the benefits and why should you be choosing Ireland as your study destination? All the topmost IT, pharma, biotechnology, or finance companies have their European headquarters, offices established in Ireland. So if you see, majority of the course streams and the employable opportunities streams, popular courses, or the industries that survive in Ireland for which you can actually aspire your career are IT, software, accounting, engineering, finance, biotechnology, and pharmaceutical. In fact, to tell you that 8 out of 10 topmost pharmaceutical companies have established their offices in Ireland. Also, 8 of the topmost gaming companies have their hubs and offices in Ireland. And if we talk about finance companies, then 50% of the leading world's financial firms have established their offices in Ireland. So definitely now you can see that Ireland is one of the most promising destinations when it comes to streams like finance, pharmacy, biotechnology, IT, anywhere related to software. Right. Now, if we talk about the major universities, there are 10 major universities in Ireland. As I told you earlier, Trinity College Dublin being the topmost university, University College Dublin, University College Cork, University of Limerick, National University of Ireland, that is Galway, Dublin City University, Maynooth University, Technological University Dublin, Munster Technology University, and Technological University of the Shannon, that is in Midlands, Midwest. This is a new university that has come up. There are some institutes of technologies as well. 9 institutes of technologies which are owned by the government of Ireland. It's Dundalk Institute of Technology, Galway Mayo Institute of Technology, Waterford Institute of Technology, Institute of Art and Design Technology, Institute of Technology Carlo, Institute of Technology Sligo, Letterkenny Institute of Technology, Athlone Institute of Technology, Limerick Institute of Technology. There are 9 private colleges, or you can say not-for-profit kind of colleges, but which are definitely affiliated with government as well. National College of Ireland being the topmost, NCI, which is very famous amongst the students. Griffith College, Dublin Business School, Galway Business School, CCT College Dublin, Dorset College, ICT Business School, Independent College Dublin, American College Dublin. There are few more colleges that are there in Ireland. Next slide, please. That's Mary Immaculate College, National College of Art and Design, Shannon College of Hotel Management. So now I would request Mr. Himanshu Wadhwani, who would talk more about the entry requirements, how you can apply to these universities, and what are the criteria or documents that you should be very much sure about while applying and aspiring for these universities.
Very good evening to everybody. My name is Himanshu. I would throw more light on the entry requirements and how Ireland can help you shape a career, as told by Ankita earlier as well. So Ireland, basically, as told earlier as well, is known for pharmaceutical industries, IT industries, and also the finance industry. So basically, if you want to study in Ireland, then these are 3 sectors wherein you can look at it. In course wise, if I talk about business analytics is quite famous course, data analytics, data science. These are courses which are kind of guaranteeing you a future because there are a lot of jobs. When people talk about Ireland, a lot of people miss this fact that when Ireland started the post-study work visa, this happened at the time when Brexit was being executed. So when UK separated from the European Union, a lot of companies, they shifted their bases from UK to Ireland because UK was no longer now a part of European Union, and Ireland is the only English speaking country. So big IT giants like Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, all these 3 companies have their European headquarters in Ireland. Apart from that, there are a lot of Indian IT companies like TCS, Cognizant. You name the IT company, they must have operations in Ireland because, as you must have looked upon on the earlier slides, that IT is something which is very, very much in demand in Ireland. Apart from that, you name the pharmaceutical company, they also have their operations in Ireland. So pharma sector is also doing quite well in Ireland. Apart from that, there are a lot of investment banking companies like Deloitte, JP Morgan Chase, Citibank. They also have operations in Ireland. So in total, if I talk about 3 major sectors which are having a lot of jobs in Ireland, is IT being number 1, then finance, and third is the pharmaceutical companies. So if you aspire to make career in these 3 fields, yes, Ireland can become the topmost choice for you. The entry requirements basically you require minimum of 55% in your graduation, and this is basically the starting requirement for the colleges. The universities have higher requirements. So if you want to crack a university like TCD or UCD, 70% is the bare minimum that you should be aiming. But yes, there are a lot of colleges, and these are also public funded colleges, so some are private as well, and the level of education is same. The standard of education is same whether you study in a college or a university. But yes, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of the exposure, universities will have definitely more, but it equals out once you pass out. IELTS requirement is 6.5 with no band less than 6 for the master's program. Some undergraduate programs do allow you at 6 with no band less than 6. Some also accept 5.5. But there's a star mark to it. Keeping the visa in mind, you should always aim a minimum a score of 6 with no band less than 6, even for an undergraduate program. Because if you have a 5.5 in one band, you're slightly risking your visa, because the visa officer might think that you don't have the required English proficiency. So that might backfire. So basically, colleges might give you offer even at 5.5, but here the role of an experienced counselor comes in, that it is not advisable to put your visa at 5.5 because you may risk the visa and you might get rejected on those grounds. And we've seen people coming from other consultants to us with the rejection, and they were not able to understand the rejection. So what we are talking about is with a lot of experience, and that's why whenever you plan to apply to any of the universities or a college, please do get in touch with an experienced consultant, and we at iKounselor can definitely help you with that. So there are conditional offers also given by the Irish universities. A lot of people think that if you want to apply to Ireland, you need to apply with full documents. So there are universities which will give you the time to submit your final semester mark sheet or the basically the degree and other documents. But IELTS is something that needs to be beforehand. So if you have your IELTS but your final semester result is pending, you can still apply to Irish universities and we can help you with that. Tuition fee and scholarships. So average tuition fee in Ireland for undergraduate program starts from 9,000 and can go up to 20,000 euros for an undergraduate program. Average fee for graduate programs starting from 14,000 euros and it can go up to 25,000 euros a year as well. Ireland has scholarships up to 2,000 to 5,000 euros. You might think that the scholarship amount is not that much, but because the fees itself is quite affordable in Ireland, the number of amount of scholarship is not that higher, and it is highly competitive as well. As I said, the higher ranked universities, they are less in number. So they have lesser seats and the competition is stiffer in the universities definitely as compared to the colleges. But if I talk about 9,000 to 13,000 euro fees, it's quite affordable in terms of when we talk about international education, because 8 to 10 lakhs is minimum that somebody should expect if he's planning to study abroad. But yes, if your profile is such and you're falling in the bracket, you will get direct scholarships. You will not have to apply for it. There are some government-based scholarships as well. Ireland government gives a scholarship by the name of Go IES scholarship. That is highly competitive. You can apply for that. And again, as I said, if you get in touch with an experienced counselor, he can help you know about these scholarships in detail, because it's a very dynamic and a detailed process wherein we need to look at your documents and then only advise you that whether you can apply for the scholarship even or not. If anybody of you who's attending this webinar and has doubts regarding scholarship, feel free to connect with us after this webinar and we can definitely help you with the options on those lines as well. So the living expenses in Ireland, they start from 7,000 euros minimum. That is according to the dfa.ie website, which is the official website for Irish immigration and visa. But as I said, this is the minimum amount. We always advise our students to at least maintain 10,000 euros as the living expense for a year. Because you should always have at least 2,000 to 3,000 euros in plus. Neck-to-neck fundings can spoil your case. A lot of people have this myth here in the market wherein they say that you should not have 100% loan if you're applying for Ireland visa, and similarly a lot of questions regarding visa. I would like to sum up these questions in a bit, wherein, as I said, it totally depends on the sponsor and the income of the sponsor. And there are some other aspects to the visa application as well. And I would like to reiterate the point that herein the role of a counselor comes in, wherein in terms of visa, whosoever your sponsor is, what is his annual income, what is your finance source, all these things, small things matter a lot when it comes to your visa decision. And after discussing and looking at all the aspects, we can tell you that how much loan you can go for. And as I said, we have a great team of experienced counselors who can help you with that. So iKounselor can help you in that part as well. The postgraduate work permit, the most important aspect which is there for any student. So if you go for an undergraduate program can be of 3-year duration or a 4-year duration as well. any undergraduate program will give you 1 year stay back. The master's program in Ireland is 1 year duration, which is level 9, similar to UK. So it will give you a 2 years of stay back, right? There are part-time work opportunities in Ireland. As a student, you can work 20 hours in a week. When you have off periods, generally the Christmas time or the holiday time, you can work up to 40 hours a week as well. Part-time is something that is to be decided by the student. The government allows you to do. It's not a foundation that you need to do, but study should be your number one priority. But yes, if you can take out time, then you can definitely manage your work, living expenses through the part-time jobs that you can do. It can also help you with the networking, which can make you land up in a full-time job as well. So you can, if you can manage your work smartly along with your studies, that then it is definitely advisable. But if your studies are being hampered because of the part-time load, then it is definitely not advisable. Ireland does not have a PR. They have a green card policy. So for that, you need to have at least 7 years of stay in Ireland. So you get 1+2, 1 year of master's studies, and you get 2 years of post-study work visa. So that time plus 5 years more. So if you remove that 2 years of post-study work visa, you need to stay 5 years more apart from your post-study work visa. There is one more side to it. Ireland has a critical shortage list in terms of jobs. So if your profession or your job is in the critical shortage, then you do need to wait for these 7 years. You can, after your 2 years of post-study work visa, after your stay in Ireland for 2 years, any job that you do for 2 years, you can apply for the green card. But again, that's a technical point, and which involves a lot of things like critical shortage list and your job being in the critical shortage list, 2 years of work experience, the number of hours that you worked in that profession. So for that, it is advisable that you get in touch with an expert. With these experts are immigration lawyers. But yes, you can keep in mind that even if you do not want to wait till 7 years, then get into a course which is in the critical shortage list, or get into a course which can get you into a job that is in the critical shortage list. And again, here the role of an experienced counselor comes in, who should be aware about what the critical shortage list is, what professions are short there in the critical shortage list, and we at iKounselor have all that information for you. So you don't need to worry about it. Just get in touch with us and we can help you on that aspect as well. The minimum wage for the part-time jobs is 10 euros, 10.20 euros per hour. And this is again a dynamic figure, can change at any point of time. But yes, this is the minimum that you should expect. Anything higher announced by the government will definitely help you. But this is something that you can expect to earn in Ireland as a part-time student. Definitely the full-time jobs, depending on your skill, are much higher than this, but this is the bare minimum. That would be all from my side, and I would like to hand over the podium to now Ankita. Ankita can introduce our alumni, and they can briefly share their experiences. And it is like hearing from the horse's mouth. So Ankita, over to you.
Yes, thank you so much, Himanshu, for this valuable information that you have shared over these slides. So, first of all, I would just like to introduce you to our alumni who are present here with us. They're the students who have gone earlier to Ireland and are properly settled in Ireland and enjoying their flourishing careers in Ireland. So, as I told you earlier, also about Miss Aishwarya Khare, who has passed out from University College Cork, Mr. Jayant, who has passed out from University College Dublin, and Ms. Charul Chawla, who has passed out from Dublin City University. So, Aishwarya, am I audible to you?
Yes. Am I audible? Like,
Yes,
can you
yes,
hear me all
yes.
right? Yeah, great.
Yes, all right. So thank you so much for giving us time and to be here with in this webinar, so that our participants and students can come to know more about the different opportunities. So I would just like to ask you, can you just give a brief introduction about yourself, like earlier, before going to Ireland, what were you studying, or if you were working in India, and how did you decide to go to Ireland?
Yeah, of course. So my name is Aishwarya Khare, and I did my bachelor's in India from Indore in IT, in information technology. So I did my engineering and information technology. I worked for a couple of years in the IT domain, in the same domain, and then I decided to go to Ireland. Like mostly, I was exploring options around Europe, UK, and that's when Ireland came up, and I decided to apply to the universities in Ireland, and I got through UCC, where I did my master's in business information and analytical systems. It was a one-year program. After which, after the successful completion, thanks to the 2-year work permit policy of Ireland that you get after completing your degree, I landed in a job, in a very rewarding job. And thankfully, as Himanshu sir said, that my skills and my occupation was basically under the Ireland's critical occupation list, which allowed me for a critical skills work permit. And right now I'm working as a developer in a company based in Dublin. So yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Aishwarya. I would definitely get back to you with little more questions. So thank you so much. So Mr. Jayant Pathak, hi, I hope am I audible to you?
Hi.
Yeah, hi, Jayant. Hi.
Am I audible as well?
Yes, you are audible. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. Welcome to Ireland Edu Talk. And I'm sure you would like to share your experience, your journey, how it began in Ireland, and a brief about what were you doing in India earlier, how did you land up to Ireland, and who introduced you to our organization, how did you come to know and you reached us, and what are the possibilities that you explored?
Yep. So before deciding to go to Ireland, I was working in India for quite some time, almost 8 years. I had a really good experience with Tata Consultancy Services and then followed by Digitate. So both of these organizations were based in Pune and across the country as well. So I had always had an inner desire to study abroad. And see if the country that I choose has the right facility, has the right skill set, is in demand of the right skill set, has the right environment for me to maybe think about settling down there in the longer term, because all these things matter a lot. And that is why I was looking for it. And I heard about first of all, I heard about Vishal Dikshit, and I heard it from Aishwarya, the person who's speaking before me. She had a very fine experience with iKounselor, Vishal Dikshit, and the entire team. So she said that maybe you can talk to them and see, because you have a good amount of experience, see how they can help you. So I started talking with Vishal and then the iKounselor team, and they sort of made me realize that there are very beautiful courses even for somebody who has a good amount of working experience. So that's where my journey started with iKounselor. I had a bit of to and fro, and they suggested me some really good options as to which courses I can apply for, and then I applied for an information systems course in UCD, that is University College Dublin. I got in there very easily. I was not expecting to get in that easy, but the way my profile was built, the way I was helped with the SOPs, the way I was helped with the application process, I think that made it far easier for me than it actually was for the counselors who were working on the ground. So yeah, that's how I got in. It was a very, very good course, a great insight on the current socio-technical environment. Where is technology going, the impact of technology that we have, how it impacts the little things in our lives, and how to use the data more credibly, with more care, with the sincerity it deserves. So it was a brilliant experience. UCD, it has a fantastic campus right in the middle of Dublin. It's close to everything in Dublin. And then I started, after completing my course, I started working with Ernst & Young. So Ernst & Young are one of the big fours. As Himanshu was saying, it's in league with Deloitte and PricewaterhouseCoopers and KPMG. So I've been working here almost a year now, and yeah, it's been a brilliant experience overall. Even the work experience matches my experience with Irish people and the university experience. It's fabulous.
Thank you so much, Jayant. It's a lovely introduction, and the journey of you traveling from India to Ireland, how you reached there, and I'm glad that you could share these experiences with us. Saying that how you started, you would been working, because for a working professional who's been working for like 6, 8 years long,
Yeah.
it's very difficult to get back to the study books and
Yeah,
university
definitely.
culture. So, and trusting us, and the way our counselors and consultants helped you, and the entire process for profile building. So I'm sure it would have been a little tough journey for the transition, but it definitely gave you a lot of benefit, and you're
Oh yeah,
enjoying
it's
that.
worth
And
the
Ernst
reward.
and Young is definitely worth the
Yeah.
reward.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I'll definitely come back to you, Jay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ankita.
Welcome. So, Miss Charul Chawla, hi. Am I audible to you?
Yes, you're audible to me, but I'm from my phone. Am I audible to you?
Yes, you're audible. Thank you so
Okay.
much for giving your time and being here, a part of Ireland Edu Talk. So, you have passed out from Dublin City University. You've done your PG diploma in
Yes.
digital marketing, right? So,
Yes.
how
Yes.
was the experience? How did you land here? And earlier, what was your qualification in India? And how was your journey with iKounselor when you to reach here?
Perfect. So I have typically a very different story than anyone else would have said, and I'm coming from a marketing background where people will have a lot of questions that, okay, I'm not falling into the critical skills categories, and how come I've actually landed up here. So I've spent almost 8 years working with different media houses in India, and that's how I got in touch with Vedic. So Vedic was one of my clients, and I was talking to Vishal for almost continuous 8 years with different company about how people are going abroad and all other experiences of other people. Somehow, in one of the conversations with him, is like, "Why don't you try to do another master's in Ireland?" I was like, "Okay, let me think about it." And that was the month of July 5 years ago. And I was like, okay, I think I'm done with India. And in terms of experience, because there was a lot of monotony and there were a lot of things which was going similar when it comes to my role. And I have spent all 8 years working in digital marketing, handling different products and bringing ERPs on board, doing managing CMSs and CRMs with all different media houses. But that was something new for me. I was like, okay, why not, when I'm hiring all the freelancers here to do my SEO work and running my campaign. So it would be good to learn all those things on my own and maybe go for another professional course, because I did one of another digital marketing masters from MICA in India. So I had 2 masters already, but somehow I was like, okay, it's time to move on and it's time to go for another new thing to do. So I end up talking to Vishal and I was like, okay, let's go for it. And I would say team really helped me because I was not based in the same city where the office was based. So everything was handled remotely. All the appointments, everything. I think Tanya handled my account at that time. And I would really recommend, all the counselors. I had a good experience with Himanshu also, because I have few other friends who are working with Vedic, and I have different wavelength with team in Vedic, but I have other friends who have gone with Vedic. So I have, like, I've never let down, like nobody let down in Vedic, at least to me and my friends, and everything handled very easily within like 45 days. And it actually came as a surprise to me that, okay, my application is finished and I got the admission and I'm going. And I got this conditional visa at first, because I don't wanted to pay everything, because it wasn't hard-earned money. I was a little bit in a dicey situation. Okay, I want to go, I don't want to go. So I got this conditional offer where I did not pay the whole fees before the visa came in. So I paid after the visa came in. And then I came here. I finished my master's in 2017. I got my critical skills work permit. I've spent almost, like, I'm 4 months away from my PR. So yeah, I think it worked really well. And from whichever industry you're coming in, and if you want to do something, you can typically do. That's not a problem at all.
Thank you so much, Charul, for sharing this experience. Definitely, your experience is quite unique and different from others. So that's great to hear that people coming from different background, different industries, and after working for such a long period in their careers, and then think of this switch and this transition, which is definitely a tough decision to make, but it's worthy enough. All right. So I would definitely come back to you, and I would keep asking some more
Absolutely.
questions to you, and would want some more time of all three of you. So just wanted to ask that what inspired you, Mr. Jayant, if you could ask, so what inspired you to study abroad or go abroad, and like if you could share your experience that why you wanted to go abroad, and any suggestions or experience sharing that you would like to do for the students who aspire to study in Ireland in future. Jayant?
I was speaking on mute. Well,
Okay, no problem.
well, my personal experience in India was quite vivid because I had, worked for almost 7, 8 years, different cities, different country, different type of domains in IT as well. So I was just in a space where I was, kind of looking for, okay, now I want to broaden my horizons. And I also sort of have this observation, and I'm sure a lot of people have this as well, that technology has this habit of refreshing itself every 7, 8 years. Every 7, 8 years, it's completely different from what you knew 7, 8 years ago. So I was kind of at that stage in my career where I had worked for 7, 8 years, 7.5 years to be precise. And I knew that now there are new things, new perspectives are being added into how technology would look at the world and how the world would look at technology. So I thought this is a good time for me to get back to the drawing board and study something new. And if it can happen from a fantastic university abroad, the more the better it is for me, is what I thought. And then that is when I started to look at universities. I started to speak with Vishal and Vineet Jain at the time he was there, and they sort of started suggesting me universities from everywhere, not just Ireland. They suggested me some really good universities from the UK, some great universities from New Zealand, if I remember correctly, some universities from Italy. I think Vishal suggested a fantastic course in Italy, and of course a lot of beautiful universities from Ireland as well. And as you said, and Himanshu said at the start, that because Ireland is one of the only English-speaking nations in the entire European Union, that was obviously a big factor for me personally. And then of course the size of the universities, the reputation of the universities, and I was really happy with the course that I was looking at. I felt this course is the course for me, and that is why I sort of zeroed in on Ireland. And of course the post-study work visa thing and the stay back options are all great. Ireland is, anybody who can do a simple Google would realize it's a beautiful country. So all these things added up to, sort of push me towards making a decision that yes, Ireland is probably the right place to be. And anyone who is aspiring for for education abroad, or even higher education in general, the only thing that I would tell them that first of all, you should know what is it that you want to do. What is the target that you have in mind? Is your target to study some really hardcore technical course? Is your target to study some of the technologies, some of the business aspects of the course? In any domain, it doesn't have to be IT. I mean, it can be a core course. What is it that you want to do? How do you want to grow your career, or in which direction do you want your career to go into? So that is the first thing that you should look at. Second is uh, if you're investing something, for example, when you go abroad, we invest a lot of money. What kind of return are you expecting on your investment? Say, for example, if you're investing 10-15 lakh rupees and then you want to work abroad maybe get some of that money back. I'm sure you'll have to take an education loan for stuff like that. Is that the kind of return you're expecting? Or is your return as simple as, I want to study from a foreign university and I want that exposure in my life? Because it could be different for anyone. So just, think about those points. If you're confused about some of these things, because obviously you can be, you don't know everything, then you can always speak to your counselors, or stuff like we are talking at iKounselor. We have so many fantastic people. You can talk to them, and then is when you should decide that, okay, it makes educational sense for me, it makes financial sense for me, and personally as well, I this makes sense for me. And then you decide, this is the place, or this is the country, or this is the course that I want to go in. So that would be my only advice.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm sure this is a valuable piece of advice for the students, because yes, focus is very much important in today's scenario. And whenever students come to us, many of them are like, they really don't know where to go, what to do, which stream to choose, because
Yeah.
like 50% of the students are like, because one of my friends have gone, some relative has gone, someone has suggested this country or that course, that's why we are thinking of it. So but they haven't done their focused approach or research. So that's what here our role comes into as consultants. We try to induce some kind of research questions, and some questions in them, that okay, you do your search if you want to pursue this course or this stream, and we would suggest you as per your profile. Once you share your documents, we would suggest you what best suits you, and what would give you a better like a career path in your future. So thank you so much, Jayant,
Thanks,
and
Ankita.
thank you for sharing this valuable experience. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Aishwarya, I just wanted to ask that like when you chose this university, that you want to go to University College Cork, and so were you who you decided this, or were you being suggested, and why you thought of this course, and what are the future prospects in Ireland you see for this particular course and this institute that you have studied from, and if you could suggest something to the students.
Right. So I'll be quick. I won't I think the team of counselors at iKounselors are the best people to answer all these questions, but I'll just share how it went for my, in my case. So I applied for a university a year prior to applying for UCC. And there was I wouldn't take names, but there was a counselor. I was working in Pune, so there was a counselor in Pune and a different admission agency. They applied for my course, and I applied for my visa, but then my visa got rejected for the first time. So I was very disappointed, and then I wanted to try again. So that's how I got in touch with iKounselor, and I was based in Bhopal, and I didn't want to look at any metro cities based admission agencies, because like sometimes, not to be too judgmental, but sometimes some of the brands are big, the companies are big, but then it doesn't really mean that the counselors are the right people to guide you there. So I kind of took a step back. I came back home in Bhopal, and then I got in touch with Vishal sir and the team of counselors. They actually really helped me to apply to all the universities that I did not apply in the first place, because I was basically not aware of them. So that's how the counselors make you aware, and they inform you about all the available options that you have. So then I applied to UCC, and the course that I went for is Business Information and Analytical Systems. So it's a techno management course. It's a blend of technology and management. And so the course was wonderful. The modules, the credits were really amazing, and the university is one of the top three, so one of the top universities in Ireland. So when I got an offer letter from UCC, I was really happy, and I was like, okay, I don't want to think too much now, and I straight away, accepted the offer letter, and I applied for my visa again. So the team at iKounselor handled my visa application brilliantly, right from my SOP to all the financial documents, all the other documents that are needed. They also basically strengthened my case again because my visa was rejected the first time. So they kind of, did everything to, make my application stronger than before, and explaining why my visa was rejected in the first place. And then thankfully it was successful the second time, and iKounselor has a visa success rate of more than 99%. So I was really happy. And I'm still in touch with iKounselor. As you can see, it's been 3 years now, and they still help me with a lot of things. I'm still in touch with them. I'm like their advocates, I am their ambassadors. And I tell, as I shared this with Jayant, I recommend iKounselor to so many people who are in Ireland right now and who are wanting to come to Ireland, that they are brilliant people. And so lastly, my course, the skills that I learned in this course helped me to find a job which was thankfully in demand in Ireland. And there are so many courses in Ireland which will basically allow you to build on your skill set. If you don't really have a skill set before you come to Ireland, they'll allow you to learn new skills, build on them, represent your showcase your skills in interviews when you apply for companies here. So I think that's what really helped me. So yeah.
Hey, thanks a lot, Aishwarya, once again, because that's quite a good knowledge, I'm sure, that you have provided to the students and the participants present. Yes, people think that, going from a small city and how would you land, and only the big city or metro city consultants can help them to, polish their profile or perfectly make their file for visa and, getting those visa conversions and all. But actually, we see a lot of visas getting rejected from big consultants and from metro cities and all, and then students coming to us, and then we help them and we get those visas converted into a positive decision. So definitely for that, we at iKounselor proudly say that yes, we have our visa conversion rates is very high. And thank you so much for advocating iKounselor to the students and to other colleagues of yours. Students like you and your journey really helps us to guide other students and share the experiences that what kind of opportunities are available in that country as of now. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Charul, I just wanted to ask you one last thing, that as your experience has been quite different, as you told, and unique when you decided to go abroad and study. So how do you think, Charul, that your experience of marketing industry in India and now in Ireland has been, and what different skills that you have added on after pursuing your masters from Ireland, and what are the opportunities available for students in marketing or digital marketing or other fields, particularly in Ireland? Charul?
Okay, so I'll say it here because marketing is very vast in India in comparison of Ireland. Ireland is a little slow in pace, little slow in technology. So anyone who wants a peaceful life and a long-lasting life and who wants to settle abroad, Ireland is a very good option. So that's why I say to people, okay, if you're coming to Ireland, keep in mind that you're coming for a longer time. And if you are, even if you are in marketing, you have other general critical, like other than critical skills, you have general visa permit as well. And I have seen a lot of people asking that if not critical skills, what would be an option? So general skills is another option where you spend time working on general skills permit and get your visa. So even in marketing, you get a lot of opportunities with different languages. So my lot of friends who are now fluently speaking French, German, and Spanish, and they're working for big companies like Google in marketing with only added another language. So it completely depends on you, that what you really want to add new into your own skill set when it comes to marketing. And when we talk about Ireland, there are a lot of customer support jobs. There are a lot of campaign management jobs. Whereas when we see in India, the marketing structure is way too different in the companies the way we have here. The jobs are quite bifurcated. I won't say that they'll ask one person to do everything. That is not something what we see here. They are very professional. They are not like they're not going to ask you to stay until 10, because I've been into India, worked there 80 years, and the work culture was quite pressured in India or in US or any other fast-paced, IT industry, like countries like US or India, both. I'm not actually complaining about it, but that's how I end up talking to Vishal a couple of years ago. No, not couple, like 5 years ago, when I was quite frustrated. Okay, I cannot work until 10 every day. This is not something what I want, and I want to have more balanced life. Like I am ambitious, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to give up my health and all other things which is important in life. And that was a stage when I decided, okay, it's time where we have a better or a different work culture. Like, I'm not saying that it's bad in back India. People who are working in India also doing very good. I was actually making more money than here, if I talk about that. But the work culture is too pressured back in home country. But when it comes to Ireland, the work culture is quite easy. They'll let you settle. Your mental health is more important to your employer, and you will be respected on a very different level. They'll actually try to see all your prospects. They'll accept that you're coming from a different market and you have a different kind of knowledge. So it won't be like that, okay, we need Irish, they won't say like this, that we need Irish market experience when you're going even in a marketing job. So what they want you to understand, that you should have go-to marketing strategy. You should have that mindset to create a roadmap and get the things done from a freelancers or anything. Even if you're in a project management job, I think I was hearing in the very initial conversation in today's seminar that, okay, we are not talking about project management. This is another critical skills which is going very popular for any management student. So if you're an agile-based, person, or if you are doing any other scrum managers, or if you're a scrum master, or all these jobs are again falling into critical skills, and you would find a lot of jobs and a lot of courses related to these fields. So yes, this is another thing happening. Like, there's another good field in Ireland. So that's something what I wanted to share.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Charul, for understanding what we want to know and sharing your experience. And thank you all, I would say, Ms. Charul, Ms. Aishwarya, Mr. Jayant, thank you, all three of you, for giving this valuable time. And we will definitely carry forward with our presentation, but your valuable time in answering our questions and sharing your experience, your journey up till now, there back in India and now here in Ireland, and for future suggestions to students is really valuable. I'm sure the participants would really value these informations. So thank you so much to all of you. And here I would, thanks Jayant, and thanks Aishwarya. Yeah, so here I would like to add on that, so at iKounselor, as you heard from all our, respective alumni, that what kind of help that they got and what kind of experiences they had, and consultations regarding, building their profile or their CVs, or, filing up their, documents and for visas and other purposes. So I would just like to give you a brief about our company, which is iKounselor. So at iKounselor, we aim to give virtual counselings across India to any students. And, as this is because of the pandemic, this has become a virtual world. So any kind of queries regarding abroad education, consultations for choosing countries, courses, what kind of streams that would help you to enrich your profile and enhance your profile, and, take it to a higher stage in career. We are all here to help you with the applications, admissions process, visa process, and end-to-end process that requires for admissions to international universities. So any queries regarding studying abroad, we are here at iKounselor to help you out. You can call us up at 80350733438, or you can also connect with us on the email address connect@iKounselor.com. Now, if I talk about some of the services that we provide, as I told you, if I give you a brief about the services, as earlier I told you, we need to have all your documents like your current qualification. I can already see some questions coming in the Q&A section. They're asking what skills you need to have, or what are the courses which have some promising career opportunities in Ireland or not. So for all that, I would just like to answer that we need to do a thorough profile assessment of your current profile. For that, we would need all your academic documents. If you're working, then work experience, internship documents, updated CV. That would help us to assess your profile properly. So that is the prime objective, that which on the basis of which we suggest you further career options to study in different countries and different universities. So we do a thorough profile assessment. We do free virtual counselings. Now many consultants charge you for counselings, or second or third round of counselings, or if you ask about 2 or 3 countries or something like that. No, we don't do anything like this. No genuine consultants can legally do this thing. And we at iKounselor, we have a history of more than 2 decades of consultations and helping students and assisting in building their profiles, and helping them in getting admissions to international universities via our parent company, that's VGIC Global Connect. So we have been into this industry since more than 20-21 years. So there are no charges for consultations or counselings. You can anytime connect with us, and we can help you out with whatever queries you have for studying abroad. We help you out in drafting your SOPs, your statement of purposes. We provide you proper guidelines and some samples and how to build your SOP and draft it, and then we polish it further. We check it at 2 to 3 stages, so that when it reaches to the university with your application, it's a proper professional statement of purpose that is being drafted for your application. Then we even guide students for writing their letter of recommendations. What are the mandatory points that should be taken in consideration while getting your LORs from your universities or your organizations where you're working. We suggest students the best of courses and streams that is good for them to enhance their profile and get a better career future opportunities in different countries. We also help the students, as I told you, in the entire consultation, counseling, application, admission, and visa processes, even beyond visa, helping them in currency exchange or flight bookings or health insurance, all those services. Also for visa, which is a very, very critical step for any student's admission process, end to end, making their profile documentation, getting it checked at different stages at a very professional level. So that's why we say we have like a 99% conversion rate for our students' visas, because our files are very professionally made and sent to the VFS offices. So anytime for any queries, for admissions, for course suggestions, for studying abroad, we are here at iKounselor with all these services, end-to-end services for studying abroad. And here, as I told you, you can connect with us on the email address connect@iKounselor.com, or you can call us up on this number 8035073438. Also, you can visit our website, that's www.iKounselor.com. And now I open up the session for question and answers. So if any of the participants have any queries regarding this webinar or any points being covered up, please let us know. You can please write your questions in the Q&A section, and we would try to answer as much as we can. If you could read one of the questions over here, though we have already answered that we would be sharing the YouTube link. We have already shared that on the chat box. Also, we would be sharing the YouTube link with all the participants of this webinar, so that in case any one of you have missed it, you can actually go ahead and check and watch this video again and learn more about Ireland education. Miss Arpita Singh has asked a question that what kind of different skills do you require to study in computers or IT field? And so it's no particular specific skills what you require, would be definitely as per what your current qualification is and which course you want to. So we do that mapping, that matching, profile assessment. As I told you, this is what profile assessment is all about. What is your current qualification, what is your current work experience, and what kind of academic backgrounds, grades you have, and which course you is best suitable for you, or which course you wish to apply for. So we do that mapping and matching the eligibility criteria of that course with your profile. And in that, if anything is lacking, then we definitely suggest you what else you can add. And I'm sure Mr. Himanshu Wadhwani can also help us with some more expertise advice on this.
I think Ankita, you summed it up quite nicely. So basically, anybody who's coming from a certain background, like somebody who's from the IT background, then the amount of scope does he have is something which is quite high. If somebody is coming from a business background, then the options are limited, something either into finance or something into business analytics. So it totally depends where do you want to take your career forward, which stream you want to get into, and what is the amount of hard work you are ready to put it into. That will decide. Otherwise, skills are something which will vary from person to person, right?
So I think there is some questions in the chat box as well. So one person, Mr. Tanish Bhatnagar, is asking, what are the critical skills that we work on? Which IT skills help to retain or get green card in Ireland?
That is something that will be told to you once you get in touch with us, because as I said, the list is big. I can easily share the link with you, or you can find that on Google. But you need to get in touch with a counselor, because he can explain you how you can move forward towards that job. Basically, the critical shortage list is a list of professions which are in shortage in Ireland, right? uh, it is nowhere written that you complete this course and you guarantee get a job into that profession. That nobody can guarantee, right? But an experienced counselor can help you choose the right course, then tell you after choosing the course what skills along with the course you can take along with you from India, and how you can network your skills that you've earned in Ireland, how you can end up in the right companies, and that involves the right amount of networking. That can even be via the alumni we have, that can be even through your friends and peers, that can be also through the network that we have. So as I said, if I sum up the whole story, it is not something which can be answered in a very short manner. We need to get into your documents, we need to understand what is your past qualification, we need to understand what is your last company that you've been working with, what is your last company's project, and which critical shortage list profession we can fit you into will depend on that. And if you have nothing, as told by Charul in the webinar as well, that's not end of the world. Like if you're not coming from IT, finance, or something which is not in the critical shortage list, you can still get a green card in Ireland, but you need to take the right steps at the right time. Redirection can happen, but you need to have a proper plan sketched out, and for which we can help you.
All right, thank you. So I would like to answer one of this question. I think someone has asked over here, who can sponsor us and what is the minimum amount of funds which we should be maintaining? All right. So if I tell you, your parents, your real siblings, your paternal side of relatives can sponsor your education, can help you, fund you in your education. You've also asked about the fees for colleges. Are they less than the universities? Yes, the fees in the colleges are lesser than the universities. universities, and we discussed about in one of our slides about the fees for the undergraduate and postgraduate courses. So somewhere, if I talk about the post-graduation courses, the fees may range starting from 13,000 euros up till to a higher side of somewhere 25,000 euros in some of the IT particular programs in some universities. And if you talk about what funds you should maintain, if you're talking that in respect of living expenses, then if you see on the official website of the government, they ask you a minimum of 7,000 euros to be maintained for living expenses. But we usually suggest students that bare minimum suggestible amount is 10,000 euros that you should be maintaining in your bank account or via education loan. And you should ensure that at least for your living expenses you should be showing minimum of 10,000 euros for 1 year as the living expenditure for your education in Ireland, apart from the tuition fees. All right. Can we get in with our Duolingo scores? As of now, in Ireland, there are certain colleges who are accepting Duolingo scores, but that is only for the January intake. But apart from that, majorly universities and colleges are not accepting Duolingo for the next September intake, because all the countries are now open and lockdowns have been, lifted. So like, IELTS test centers or TOEFL test centers are open. Students are giving tests. So as of now, only few colleges or institutes for January intake are accepting Duolingo scores. Otherwise, IELTS, TOEFL is the English proficiency test, and the scores that are being accepted by the universities and colleges. And the next big intake for Ireland is September, majorly September, but January in colleges as well, January 22.
I see a lot of questions regarding IELTS and Duolingo. See, Duolingo will be at the discretion of the university, right? As per the embassy's announcement, it was accepted till last year, so till September 2021, right? 20, it was definitely acceptable. For 2022, still the circular is not out that whether the embassy would be accepting Duolingo as the proficiency test for the visa. So there are two sides of the story. One is the application for which you will apply. The institute will accept Duolingo and give you an offer letter. The other part of the story is the visa process. So it needs to be accepted at both the levels. So university and college is first level. Second level is the embassy. So embassy's policy is not yet rolled out for 2022. They might accept, they might not accept. So right now there's no definitive answer to that question. But yes, if you've already given your Duolingo, then we might wait for a month or two. You can get in touch with us and we can let you know what are the prospects. By December, I think the embassy's policy will also come out. But for admission assessment, yes, a lot of institutes, even universities, are accepting it. And as I said, they might give you an offer letter, but if the embassy does not accept Duolingo for September 22, then you have got no choice. You have to give your IELTS again. So I think there are a lot of queries related to the IELTS proficiency. I also see a lot of questions related to getting part-time jobs. So part-time jobs are available. There is a question specifically related to saying that is it easy to get a job in a restaurant? See, it totally depends on your requirement. And as I said, your study should be your number one priority. Nothing is easy and nothing is difficult. You put in the right amount of efforts, you get into the interviews, even for your part-time jobs, and you tell them what are your open hours. So always try to keep your studies as your priority. If you've got extra time, you can get into the part-time jobs, but manage your time properly. Don't get into cash jobs, as they can land up you in problem, right? And always work with on account and do not overwork. Like if 20 hours is allowed, don't work more than 20. If 40 is allowed in off period, don't work more than that, because this might risk your visa if you get caught, right? So follow the rules and keep your studies as your number one priority. Any students with having Duolingo scores can get in touch with us with their documents. and their interested universities. Once we have shortlisted the universities, we can let them know whether the university is accepting or not, for which, as I said, the final discretion is of the institute. And for the embassy's rollout, we need to wait. I think this answers both these queries. Um, any more questions regarding this? There are a lot of queries on IELTS and Duolingo. I think I have taken them all. There's one more question which says that what is the rule to offshore money? Do we pay for entire year or semester wise fees? So we advise to students to pay their entire fees in full. What does it do? It ensures your visa approval, right? But if there are certain concerns wherein you are not able to pay the fees, then Ireland has a rule wherein you need to pay at least 50% of the fees, right? So if you are having a fees of 13,000 euros, 6,500 is the minimum amount. Some universities have this criteria wherein they say that 50% or 7 to 8,000 euros minimum, right? Like UCC has this criteria to be very specific. So it would be mentioned on your unconditional offer letter. And as I said, sometimes these things are not mentioned in the offer letter. Your consultant can help you with that. But you cannot pay a 2,000 or a 3,000 euro fees and pay the rest later. At least 50% is required as per the latest rule. And some institutes might ask you to pay even some percent extra on that. Then only you get your unconditional offer, and then you pay for then you apply for your visa, right? Any more?
Yes, there are some questions like, is having work experience mandatory to get into the universities? So no, it's not a mandate until unless you're going for an MBA program or a particular program that requires experience, but that would be definitely as per the eligibility criteria of that program. So again, for that, we would need your documents once we do the profile assessment, and once we see which course you want to apply for, then we map those requirements of the particular course with your current profile qualification, and then we let you know what exactly. Yes, there are some students asking that I'm pursuing a master's degree in psychology related programs in Ireland. I aim to pursue a master's degree in any psychology related programs in Ireland. Can I get into one without an honors degree? Again, I think Miss Sakshi Thakur is asking this question. So Miss Sakshi, again, for that, I would say psychology becomes a very critical field when it comes to such things. Many a times in different countries, you require different assessment or exam or kind of licenseship that is required to attain certain programs of practice in such industry. So for that, this particular field, to go for master's program in psychology, we would need to first assess your profile. We would send your profile to the different universities who can assess that, and on the basis of evaluation of your profile, then we would get a proper assessment from the universities who can suggest us that what are the further steps that is required for this particular profile candidature if she wants to pursue masters in psychology. And to tell you about this, also, I would like to add on over here that we are the official consultants on the, you can even check us on the Education Ireland website. So we are the official consultants, only official consultants for Ireland education. We are the consultants who have got end-to-end all the IoTs, colleges and universities officially being tied up with us. Officially, we actually have tie-ups with these universities and colleges, and we represent them. So any kind of profile assessment for any university or any college, we can get back to you regarding that. But we need to have your entire documents and a proper profile to get that accessed. There is one more question. What is the minimum GPA requirement? And I think we picked up that in one of our slides. We will also share the YouTube link and the webinar recording with all of you, so you can check that. the minimum percentages that are required for an undergrad program or for a post graduation program, and should we take any such exams like IELTS or GRE? Yes, IELTS or TOEFL, that is an English proficiency test, because India is not an English speaking country primarily. So if you are going from a non English speaking country to an English speaking country, you need to give English proficiency test, which could be IELTS or TOEFL in case of Ireland. And the score, as Mr. Himanshu Wadhwani also mentioned in one of these slides, we spoke about the score for IELTS. That's 6.5 overall with no band less than 6. And of course, for undergrad programs, it would be overall 6 and 5.5 in certain cases or certain courses only. But otherwise, we suggest that to make your profile stronger, and even for further for your student visa file, a suggestible score is 6.5 overall with no band less than 6.
I can see some questions on the year gap. So I think if you must have been with us throughout the webinar, you must have heard the experience of our alumni, Charul Chawla. So she had 8 to 9 years of work experience here in India with various companies. And in between, she did some masters as well. So she had already masters, and then she again went for a masters. So it totally depends on the justification of your next step. Like, for example, you've got your bachelor's, then you did your master's, and then you had some work experience as well. And coming at a stage of a career, you decide, okay, now I'm at that stage of career that I need to have some new skills which will help me get at a better place in my career. Now, that career can be in Ireland, can be in India as well. But there is a flip side to the story. Whenever you apply for a student visa, you need to convince the embassy that you are going to come back to India. So if your study gap is because of job, wherein you have been into a full-time job and you want to go for a master's, then definitely there is no any criteria wherein 5 years is accepted or 7 years is accepted. We've done cases even at 10, 12 years of education gap, and they are having their green cards in Ireland, right? So it totally depends how properly you justify your reason for going for a master's program. The program should be related to your field. If not related to your field, you should have a linkage how it will take you further in your career, right? And how it will help you get at a better place in India, because you need to tell them that you are going to come back to India, and that again an experienced counselor can help you with. So your SOP becomes the most crucial and important document when you have a gap. But if your gap is such wherein you are not doing anything, uh, you've been sitting at home, or you have been doing your family business and you've got no papers related to that, then that is an issue. We can still help you. We've converted such cases as well. But as I said, for that we need to look at your overall profile, and we can let you know how we can help you with that. So gap is accepted in Ireland, not a problem, but the gap should be justified. If not justified, there should be some supporting papers for the same, and we are happy to help you with that.
There's one question that says that studying for masters in business school, do we need to write GRE too? No, you do not need to write GRE for a business school. For a normal master's program, may it be like into business management or HR or marketing, so you do not need to write GRE for it. But yes, if it's an MBA program, then there might be a requirement for GMAT score along with your English proficiency test score. But you do not need to write a GRE exam for a business school or a business program.
So there's an interesting question. It says that undergrad, these post-study work visas only 1 year. How can we get green card? So, my friend, nowhere in the world that you go and say that even if you go to Australia, you get 2 years. You will get 2 years. In 2 years, you'll get PR, and it is guaranteed. Nobody can guarantee you that. So, this question itself is answering the question. So, green card is something wherein definitely, if 1 year is there, you can avail the post-study work visa, and then if you are in a proper job, yes, your employer can sponsor you, right? Only thing is that either you need to be into a critical shortage list job, then you can apply for your green card after 2 years. So if 1 year you've already worked and second year your employer sponsor you, you can apply for the green card. If not, then you need to have the work extensions or pick up a master's degree and then again try your luck in the job market. So your green card or your migration will depend on your job and your employer, right? We can help you with the study visas, we can help you, we can guide you with the job assistance, but getting a job is something which not even the universities can give you handhold support, not even your consultant. So jobs are something which are depending on your networking, and you get it there because the competition is lesser, because the population is lesser, and definitely your skills, if you have the right skills and you can market those skills, you definitely end up getting a job. And if you have a job, then green card follows, but we don't get into that at the first stage itself, right?
Okay, there are some more questions coming up. I think we've answered maximum of them. Scope of hospitality career, like chef in Ireland. So again, see, hospitality programs are there. You will definitely see hospitality tourism programs, as Ireland is one of the most beautiful countries which people like to visit. So definitely there is a scope for hospitality tourism programs. Specifically, if you're looking out for a program into, baking or patisserie or culinary management, then that would be a little rare program to find in Ireland. But definitely on a wider scope, if you're looking out for hospitality tourism, there are definitely colleges and program. I mean, you will have more options in hospitality and tourism compared to a specific culinary or baking or a cooking program compared to that.
See, you need to look at it at a perspective that Ireland definitely has good amount of tourism. Any place which has got a good amount of tourism, anything related to hospitality will definitely get jobs. So as I said, no skill is going in vain. It totally depends on what kind of masters are you planning and what kind of skills do you have to go ahead, right? I think we've answered mostly all the questions. Ankita, anything remaining from your side?
No, 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 no. I think we've answered maximum questions.
Hmm.
And again, to all the participants, I would request any queries, please mail us back on connect@iKounselor.com. You can call us up at 80350 and we are there ready to help you, assist you with all your queries regarding, studying abroad or profile assessment, anything. But once we have your profiles, we have your documents with us, we are in a better position to suggest you the best possible courses streams that would suit your profile particularly, and where you will have better chances of growth in your career. So I would really request you all that please write us on this email address or call us on this phone number, so that we can better assist you in detail, one to one. Each consultant is here. All of us, there is a huge team of consultants that we have who can assist you one to one basis over the calls, virtual counselings. We can have video sessions where we can assist you completely with what kind of courses and what kind of profiles you have to enter into, and which would give you a fruitful option in your career. So
I think
I think
there is
now
a
we've covered.
question which says that what kind of documents do we need? We need all your academics, right? Starting from 10th or 12th, if you've done your graduation, all semester mark sheets. If there are any backlogs, we need the backlog mark sheets as well. We need your degree, we need your updated CV, and we need your work experience certificates. So all these documents are required for doing your profile assessment. There are two more questions. One was related with PhD, right? Yes, PhD programs are available in Ireland, but PhD is something which is dependent on your research proposal. As per the rule of the universities, as a consultant, we cannot help you with your research proposal. But yes, we can help you with the application procedure. For that, you need to get in touch with us and we can let you know how we can take that further. But yes, master's program are generally easily doable, because anybody who's done his master's from India, and even people who have done their PhD go for second masters to Ireland, because the level of education is not matching. though research proposal from India is not matching the Irish standard. So there are very few outstanding students who make it to PhD. So you can get in touch with us and we can do your profile assessment and we let you know that whether you have chances for a PhD program or you have to go for a master's again, and that becomes your base for PhD. And that's how 90% of the students pursue their PhDs. They go for a master's, prove themselves in the university, get in touch with the professors, and then they go for the paid masters, right? Sorry, the paid research, which a lot of students are seeking. One last question that I'm taking is that are nurses also in demand? Yes, definitely. Nursing after the pandemic, they are in demand everywhere. But the nursing programs are generally people go on undergrad level. Postgraduate level, the qualification has to match and then only we can go ahead. So again, as I said, if you are from the nursing background, let us know whether you want to go for a bachelor's degree program or a master's degree program. Once we have your documents, we can let you know the options available. But yes, because a lot of pharmaceutical companies being there and pandemic has had its effect everywhere, so nurses are in demand globally and they will be, because the local Irish population is something which is 45 plus, so they have a lot of health issues, and people in the nursing background are welcomed as well. So just let us know about your profile and we can let you know the best possible options.
Well, I have also even mentioned the link in the chat box regarding scheduling a meeting with us. So you can, as I told you, you can either mail us or call us, or you can go visit our website. That's www.iKounselor.com, and you can on the homepage see a tab which is schedule a meeting. So I have provided the link on the chat box as well. You can schedule a meeting with us, which would be a virtual meeting where one of our consultants would help you and assist you for whatever queries you have. So that would be really great. You can actually have a virtual session with us and get answer to all your queries for studying abroad. I hope all of you can access to that link, and please let us know how we can help you further. And as of now, we would like to end this session, and we are always there. Thank you all. Thank you so much, all the participants, for asking these questions, for being a part of this Ireland webinar and helping us to assist you and give you more information about this land of opportunities, which is Ireland. And I'm sure now many of you must have really thought about thinking of Ireland as your next study destination, which definitely is a very promising destination to study further, work further, and live ahead. So please let us know whatever queries you have regarding Ireland education or any other country. We are here to help you at iKounselor. Thank you so much for being a part and for being patient listeners and attendees, and for all your queries and getting back to us again and again and asking us questions. So thank you so much for all of that. Thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. We'll take your leave now. Thank you.